Namaste. Hi and welcome to this week's Abhyasa. This week's Abhyasa will be mainly focusing on Asana Siddhi. Asana Siddhi is the one of the foundation or fundamentals in the Hatha Yoga. So according to the Hatha Yoga texts, and we are supposed to sit for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So if we are able to sit for 2 hours and 30 minutes, okay, it means that your strength, flexibility, patience is to that level and to that stage that you can do any posture in the yoga. I just wanted to draw your attention to this one that the yogis always are training just one asana. It is very interesting to let you know that the asana itself, okay, it has been used as a word of the posture in the Yoga Sutras of the Patanjali just once. Totally, just 3 times in the 196 sutras, the word of the asana has been repeated. Though that we are focusing so much on the asana aspect of the whole period and the whole practice of the yoga is just all amazing. So one thing which is very, very important, it is that this word of the asana, it comes from Sthira Sukham Asana. To be able to sit steady, comfortable, and effortless. So if it just happens that, okay, you are just sitting still, okay, but you are not comfortable, you're moving, and your mind is just going all the way around, okay, it is not. And effortless, why it has been said effortless? Because while you're putting effort and the sitting, so there wouldn't be any joy in that meditation. So these 3 factors of the asana siddhi is the main of them. It is to sit steady, comfortable, and effortless. So what will happen in 2 hours and 30 minutes? So based on my teacher, Manish, he was mentioning that 2 hours and 32 minutes, so just to pass that limit of the timing. So basically what is yoga? Yoga is the time that your eternal will be so much synced with all the eternal. So the internal will be all synced with the cosmos, which is the eternal. This is one thing which has been always questioned in the yoga. We call it Aham Brahmasi. So I am the cosmos. Everything it is within me. I am within my cosmos, right? So whatever I'm looking for that answer, it is just lying down in my whole body. So the nature will give me the answer. So what will happen in the asana siddhi is that while you're sitting, the main thing which will happen after a certain time that you will sink into that meditation posture, meditative posture and all about it, is that duality which will drop. Should I, shouldn't I? Do I have to call that person or I don't have to call that person? You know, all of these should I, shouldn't I have to go there, I don't have to go there. All of this time after a certain time will drop. And this is what exactly is the meaning of the yoga. So again, I want to just emphasize on that the yogis are always training for one asana. So coming to the posture of the asana itself, so we have got some posture of the asana siddhi, the meditative posture, okay, but according to your foundation of the body and the fundamental and the structure of the body, you're better to choose the one which you can sit comfortable, effortless, and still. So we have got Siddhasana, which you put on one heel at the inner genital, and the toes will get almost under the thigh. The other one, the other heel will come at the top of the heel. The toes will soak in between the cuff and the thigh. You can bring the below toes also up. So this is the posture. After a bit of time, it might have a little bit of stretch on the ankle, which this can be definitely be resolved with the practice. So you are touching your perineum. This is Sit Asana. For ladies, it is called Siddhi Yoni Asana. Another very symbolic posture, which is Padmasana. You remember for the Padmasana practice, okay? First, what I'm going to do is that I'm describing all the meditative postures. Then I will say, okay, which one, according to my practice and my experience, and according to the the body structure of ourselves and nowadays, it would be better. See, Padmasana, like a lotus, which is the symbolic one. Will you bring all the toes in and flex out the toes and the heels in. Almost the sole of the foot is touching your belly. Also, you can do Sukhasana. Very, so the toes get in between the cuffs and the thigh, and the other one also. Also, you can sit in Vajrasana, which the big toe will be touched, heels away. You sink in your hips into that hollow shape over there, and then your spine will be super erect and comfortable sitting there. For some people, even Virasana, so dropping out the heels, also the cuffs, and sitting in between, so will be that comfortable position. So what is happening for the Siddhasana, for the meditation? You need a good base, all right? So this base with a nice pillar, right? That pillar is your spine. So the base and the hips and the spine is something which you really need to keep practicing on that. So why I say Siddhasana? Because Padmasana, after a bit of practice, okay, you may injure your knees a lot. And again, I'm just focusing that these asanas, okay, were those yogis that they were doing them in Himalaya. Just remember, they were not living the same lifestyle that we were doing it, okay? They were just do a lot of trekkings, which their ankles and their toes were so much active. They were going up and down the hill, so they didn't need, for example, a lot of Surya Namaskar, a lot of hip opening, you know, all of these things they were so aligned with the nature, so they didn't need to move and push the body towards all of these physical practices that nowadays we are doing it. And also, in addition, nowadays life, we are sitting a lot at the table, at the laptop, with a lot of hunches at the back. So this was not the actual lifestyle by the yogis. So that's why yogis were just training for one asana, not anything else. So today I'm going to take you over some practices that will give you that flexibility and the strength that you might need it for sitting still, steady and effortless in Siddhasana. Even if it can't happen Siddhasana, you can do Ardha Siddhasana, so it means the half. You can place one heel at the inner genital, really place it in. The other foot can be in the front. So what will happen to the arms exactly? It is that arms will super stretch. In Jnana Mudra, it is the preferred one. I know a lot of people might be very interested, okay, in different mudras, according to their practice or whatsoever they're doing, okay. But preferred one, it is the Jnana Mudra, not the Chin Mudra, because Chin Mudra will give that very lazy structure of the spine, which the shoulders will drop and the back will be curved. So you really need that shoulder straightening and rolling out, and elbows and the arms super stretch. So it would be a nice pillar for you, the arms. So as if a triangle, right? You have got this wonderful straightening spine at the center and these two arms at the side. So your head will be really aligned to your spine. So it won't happen that your back will just, you know, fail you in just hunching yourself. So you push yourself back till your elbows get straight and you bring your palms over your knees. So this would be your structure in the half Siddhasana or Ardha Siddhasana. If you can do full Siddhasana, that would be perfect. Sitting up straight and getting there. So this will be a little brief of the Siddhasana, which is one of my favorite things. I just tell you my own experience that from the time that I am able to sit for these 2 hours and 32 minutes, I think nothing in life, in this universe, it would be more interesting as sitting in this posture for me. It's such an amazing feeling that you don't know, it can't be described throughout the words. That is why I'm just trying to just teach all of the students of mine, all of the people which I know, that they have to give it a try. And perhaps it's not going to happen in a, let's say, short amount of time. It needs a lot of practice, a lot of focus, a lot of breathing techniques and all, so you can attain such a kind of a, let's say, achievement in your yoga journey. Another thing about sitting still in meditation, it is the numbness, which is the question for most of the people. So one thing, it is based on the anatomy of the body. Why the body parts will get numb? Why my toes, my ankle, my legs will get numb? So certainly it is because of the blood circulation. When there is a lot of blockages, right, and a pressing and compression to the muscles and to the veins, okay, which is to the calf, or which is you're pressing your heel and ankle, definitely this numbness will come to the body. So interesting thing it is that this numbness will be there by a certain time. For example, let's say after 30 minutes, after 40 minutes. If you can increase this time to just extend it to 1 hour to 1 hour and a half, then after that your focus will be that much to your meditation that you will not feel the numbness throughout your body. So I cannot say, basically, based on the physiology and anatomy of the body, that my body didn't get numb throughout my meditation. No, my body gets numb, right? But my focus is so much, 100% on that meditation subject and that dhyana for me. So I will not pay attention. So this will not become my criteria to take me out of my zone. This is something which is called focus at the end of the day. That is one of the important things that you need to keep practicing on it while you want to attain and achieve the Siddhi, Siddhasana. So we're gonna start together and just practice some postures that you may need it for Siddhasana preparation. So you have to keep doing it, practicing, training, and just remember that if you can do it, the Siddhasana, every year you can give that practice to yourself. A week of practice, again you will get back to this 2 hours and 32 minutes. But as long as you can sit every day for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, that would be great. So this is a great achievement if you have got that in your journal of the yoga journey. Please have your comfortable position. We shall start together. Bring your palms together to the Anjali Mudra. Sankalpa, resolution, is the big thing and big factor for attaining anything in your life. You remember, it will never happen that your Sankalpa fails you in your life. So have that trust. Breathe in, open your arms and stretch back. Exhale to the front. We'll do our normal warm-up. Stretching all the spine, rolling out your shoulders, stretch out your elbows. Twist. Twist. Coming back to the center, block out one nostril, breathe out through the left one. The other one. both nostrils. Have long deep breaths. Super. Open your eyes. So what we need for our base to be practiced basically and mostly it is the hips, the hip joints, flexors, hamstrings and super strong legs apart from the core and ulna. So we just do a little bit of a twist to the side. Again, interlock your fingers all the way up. Exhale to the side, stretch. To the side, stretch. And coming back. Coming to the cat and cow position. Breathe in large. Exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Coming to your parvat. Keep playing with your knees, bend one and the other. Feet wide open to the side of the mat and just push your hips higher and higher. Wonderful. Take your right leg up in the air and open your hip. Try not to collapse your shoulder to open it too much. Shoulder blades are looking towards the mat and keep opening your hips. So you will have that wonderful stretch in your hamstrings and legs. All the way forward. Keep pulsing. Keep pulsing. Keep it straight and in the front leg as much as you can. Moving your hips side to the side and back knee down. Just keep pausing at that one. And back to parvat. Bring your right foot almost to the center and take take your left leg up. Open your hips. All the way forward. Keep pulsing, keep pulsing. Straightening the front leg as much as you can. Moving your hips side to the side. And dropping to one side. To the other side. Back center. Just come back a little bit. Pushing your hips back, drop your elbows. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Keep lengthening, elongate your spine. Coming back to the front of mat. And perfect. Keep bending your knees, one another, one and the other. Push your hips higher and higher. Take your feet slightly wider. Walk back. Just push your hips back and back. Bending your knees and coming all the way up. Take your leg back, super stretch. Hug in, ankle rotation, stretch to the side. Back, ankle rotation, side, and change. We'll do some Surya Namaskars to just warm up the body. Some rounds. Coming to the front of your mat. Palms together. Breathe in. Suryaya Namaha. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale and bend forward. It's the beginning round, so you don't need to really stress your body. Bend your knees, stomach to the thigh. You can even be on your fingertips to lengthening your spine a little bit more. Take your right leg back. Exhale and the left leg's back. Chin ahead on your fingers. Drop down your knees, chest and chin. Breathe in Bhujanga. Exhale to your far back. Right leg is forward. Left leg is forward. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale. Left leg is back. And right. Ashtanga. Bhujanga. Perfect. Ashwasanchalan. Padahas. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Trying to have 2 breaths. Breathe in. Exhalation will happen throughout. Breathe in. Exhale. palms in front of your chest. Pull your navel in. Super. Let's do one balancing posture, which is needed for the opening the hips. That is Ardha Chandrasana. We'll start it with the left leg to the front. Remember to open that back hip. Right arms up. If you can be effortless with your fingers, that would be perfect. Remember not to lock the knee. Keep it soft. The standing leg, the knee is soft. Just keep opening your back. One more breath. Shoulders open. Exhale and you come back. So try to do the other one on the other side so you can see. Right fingers in front of the right toes, somewhere in front of the right toes, which you can find in balance. Bring the lift of the left leg up. Keep aligning your shoulders. Kicking that back leg higher and higher. Exhale and check. Wonderful. Coming to your Parvat. Push your hips higher. Have more deep breaths. We'll do a bit of vinyasa to just have the fluidity in the body. Take your left leg up in the air. Bend your left knee, opening the hips. We come down. We lift. Coming back with the left palm stretched out. The left leg, hips up. Right palm down and Parvat. Take your right leg up. Open the hips. We do the chamanta. Going back. Right palm. Stretch your left leg. And coming back to your Parvat. Take your left leg forward. Vira 2. Try to squeeze the inner thigh, the back inner thigh and the front one, and bend your knee deep. Super stretch your arms. Lean smoothly to be able to open your chest and stretch the right arm. We'll do the Anjali Asana. Back knee drop. Push your hips. Arms up. Ardha Kaput. First we do the normal variation. Just to sink into the posture. Keep moving side to side. Now bring your left leg all the way parallel to the front of the mat and sit up. You may take the help of the anchor, which you can rely on it, or the heel, or just coming back. Try not to hunch, please. Use blocks or books or your even fingers to just keep coming back and keep aligning your back. Drop down the elbows to the front and press your right hip all the way towards. So you have to reduce this gap between the mat and your right hip or the top of the thigh. So you bring it all the way down. You'll have the deepest stretch in hamstrings, hips, the inner flexors. All the way up, palms and birth. Remember, for activating and having that flexibility and the patience, you need to play with the body. If your body becomes very, very rigid and solid, so you won't have that joy while you're doing the meditation. So that fluidity is very important. It comes from the water element, the jala. A lot of forward bendings and a lot of movements in between. Take your right leg up. All the way forward between your palms. Viratu. Don't push it forward. Don't spike your hip. Align your upper body to be at the center. Stretch out your arm and go low. Go low. Squeeze the arms and low. Press the elbow above the knee. Open the back hip. Stretch out your left arm. Move to the Anjali Asana. Back knee drop. Push your hips low. All the way up with your arms. A bit of arch if it is possible. Don't jerk your neck. Don't pitch your lower back. Just push your hips low, low, low. Itself is a nice stretch. Exhale. Ardha Kaput. To the normal position. Just bending your right knee in. Remember, the flexibility, it comes with a practice and a time. So you cannot push yourself into something. Today you feel that, oh wow, I'm super flexible in this one, let me push it a little bit more. But don't try to push your body, because then it may cause a lot of injuries. Bounce it up and down. Now make your right shin perpendicular to the front of the mat. Again, make it hold, help, of the ankle. Start to walk back. Slightly bringing my left hip towards the mat more. Dropping my elbows down. Don't stay here, just while you're pressing your elbows, just bring that left hip all the way towards the mat. Feel the stretch in your right hip, right thighs, hamstring. If you need more adjustment, you can tuck in your back toes and stretch your back leg more. Coming all the way up. Back on your palms. And move back to your perfect. A bit of gap between your feet. If your heels are dropping, perfect. If not, don't worry. Just push up your hips. Five more breaths. Have that wide scapula. Shoulders open. While you're leveling up your hips. Two more breaths. And drop down your knees in a wide child pose. Just walk forward on your fingers to drop down your chest all the way through. Hips almost dropping to your heels as much as you can. Coming up, we'll do a bit of stretching on the hamstring and the knees. First, take your right leg heel bend to the inner genital. Have the cheeks away. And first, a little bit movement to your hips, moving side to side. Interlock your fingers. Breathe. Exhale and you drop forward. You take wherever is possible for you. Stay there. Keep lengthening your spine. Remember, with every exhalation, you may go a little more forward and down, forward and down. It is not just down, because if you just keep going down, you will have that hunch on your back. So you want it to move forward also. Breath in, coming up. Let's make it a little bit more stretchy. Bring your right foot up. So the right sole is almost touching the belly, pressing your right knee down. If it is not happening or if it is too tight, you can bring your right foot above the knee. So your ankle is above the, and just press your knee down and going all the way forward. Just keep pressing your right knee down because that is the stretch which will happen. Else if you can do Ardha Shirshasana, Ardha Janu Shirshasana, it is absolutely fine. You bend it in, press your knees. This foot should really press your internal organ. Keep breathing. It's a nice stretch to the ankle as well. Breathe in up and up. Have your right foot flat, close to your hips. Don't let your left leg collapse. Bring it really, really stretch and flex the left toes and contract the left thigh. Twist. And come back. We'll do the other leg. First, Janu Shirshasana, heel to the inner genital. Cheeks out. Moving side to side to just have a little bit de-stressing the hips. Arms stretch. Exhale and bend forward. Little bit more forward. Keep flexing your toes. If you have got super straight back of your knees, you may keep your knees a little bit soft or have a pillow or a blanket under your knee. Rhythm coming all the way up. We have got one of the niyamas is the tapas. One of the things that you have to harden shape. So with a lot of things that you take hard to your life, you may achieve whatever you want to do. So this will not considered as a tapas, right? So don't take no, for example, I want to sit on the, for example, I don't know, asphalt or I don't know, very, very hard flooring, okay, just to make sure that I can do it. No, these things will harm your body and it will just distract you from your goal and whatever you want to achieve on that. Ardha Janu Shirshasana, bringing the left foot in, all the way forward, press. Make sure that you're pressing that left foot to the internal, the organ. What will help you a lot with your focus and with your posture itself, after that alignment and all the things that you have done, it is your pranayama, your breathing. So your breathing shall be very soft and deep. Though it is painful, sometimes it is overstretching, sometimes with a lot of core work, definitely is something that you cannot take it anymore, keep it anymore. But that breathing will calm down your mind. It's a magic. It's becoming your magic tool. Breathe in all the way up. Have your left foot flat. Contract your right thigh. Right toes flex and twist. Lift up your chest and twist. Coming back to the center. Let's have another super stretching of the hips. Is a fire log, Agni Sambala. Having the shins parallel, heels
toes flex. Again, distressing the hips and the hip bones, and you drop forward. Be nice and soft. What you want to achieve in this posture is to be able to have your chest on your shin. Then your stretch is complete. Keep breathing. And coming back. Swap the legs. Pushing the hips out and all the way forward. First with the elbows. A bit of more effort with the exhalation, and you fold forward. Breathe in and coming all the way back. Have your feet together. Battakonasana. Keep flapping. You can open your feet together like a book. The little toe is together, but the big toes are away. And going all the way forward. Again, it comes to that stretching of the ankle. Keep breathing. All the way up. Hug your knees together. Super. Now we shall be ready for the pranayama and sitting. Have one heel at the inner genital, the other heel on top. Please start, if you want to practice Asana Siddhi, please start cushioning, okay? So it would be very, very good if you can just place, small cushions, okay? It shouldn't be really high that you become forward. Okay, it can be a kind of a blanket. I used to practice my, flexibility at the beach. So because of the sand and everything, it gave me a lot of good basement foundation. So that is how I trained myself. But you just find whatever it works for you. We'll do the pranayama. On the right hand, have your Vishnu Mudra. Right finger, right thumb on the right nostril block. Breathe in left. Hold the left nostril. Breathe out right. Right breath in. Hold. Breathe out left. You've got 4 more rounds to go with the Anulom Vilom. Bring your palms up on your knees, taking the Dhyana Mudra, rolling up your tongue to the upper palate, and eyes above the eyebrows, center, the Shambhav Mudra. So the first practice of the breathing and the focus in this meditation will be counting from 21 to 0. Please remember, if it happens that you lose your tracking or whatever, you can start again anytime by that number of 21. Start to bring your awareness to your listening, to the sounds around you. Palms together to the Anjali Mudra. State your sankalpa to yourself, your deep resolution. And roll your bars. Super. Remember that if there is any parts of your body which is paining, it means that you have to work on that spot. That is the first exploration from sitting in meditation. Hope you can try, you can feel the magic, and just give it a test. What I've learned from my teacher it is that do not believe whatever you hear or read, okay? Especially in the yoga. Whatever everyone is telling you, including myself, just give it a trust and explore it yourself because it's your journey. Definitely you have got your own signature on that one. Namaste.